Welcome back. You're still watching the Daily Debate, and I'm honored to be having with me over the program for tonight Dr. Mohamed Azzam, the technology and development expert and the member of the International Association for the Management of Technology. Thank you very much once again, Doctor, for being with us tonight. We have seen over the past report the green solutions for the climate change, or the issues of the climate change that Egypt is witnessing and Egypt is suffering from, especially that we have hosted the COP27 a couple of years ago here in Sharm el-Sheikh. How do you see the importance of devising those green technological solutions for the issues of the climate change here in the country?
Thank you again for this question. Actually, climate change or the challenges related to climate is becoming a concern to Egypt as well as so many other nations. Actually, Egypt hosted, as you mentioned, the COP27 almost 2 years ago in Sharm el-Sheikh, and this month, or early November, actually Egypt hosted the second UN conference, which is called World Urban Forum, here in Cairo, under the auspice of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and of course a lot of discussions took place in this regards, because we cannot hurt the environment anymore. It's becoming very serious because we've seen a lot of changes when it comes to the climate and the effect of climate change on every single aspect of our life, that including our agriculture system or the irrigation system, as well as the life underwater. We need to keep the temperature of Earth maximum, the increase of 1.5 degree every year, and a lot of challenges actually. And of course, since the industrial revolution, actually technology was the main driver for pollution, for hurting our nature. But starting from the Industry 4.0 and beyond Industry 4.0 is becoming, the environment is becoming a core within any technology development. In the past, we were using technology to produce a product to consume and then to dispose. And of course, we've seen a lot of waste all over us, that including the electronic waste, which is very serious thing. And of course, starting for the last 15 years, actually the industrial revolution was designed about having technology for producing products that can be reused or recycled. So it is totally different concept from the design to the market, and then having another loop for having such waste to be reused or having a sort of recycling. That's what we're calling the circular economy, which is a very important aspect actually. We've seen a lot of things in this direction from the government itself, and also from the entrepreneurship ecosystem here in Egypt. We've seen a lot of young startups are developing solutions for so many different sectors with the concept of sustainability in mind. That's when it comes to the urbanization, when it comes to the healthcare system, when it comes to decarbonization of building, to have a better efficient use of soil and water, have better crops that more resilient to the climate change and the effect of the climate change on the crops, the natural way of growing crops. We now thinking of having more sustainable infrastructure that is especially in our logistics system, by having more eco-friendly vehicles, starting from the electrical vehicles to the cars operated by natural gas rather than the fossil fuel. Now we are having an initiative for the carbon footprint, to minimize the carbon footprint of any product. Now most of the companies, if they they need to be able to export their products or services. They need to have a sort of a way to measure their carbon footprint, and if they are using more innovative way to minimize their carbon footprint, this will give them an added value and have a better competitive position in the international market. So even the private sector is changing their mind now, and they are implementing the environmental measures and procedure within their production facilities while they are producing their products or producing their services.
Yes.
We are now more concerned about having more sustainable way of energy, or a sustainable source of energy, and even within the private sector, even within households. And this actually opens a huge opportunity for our startups. Personally, I've seen a lot of startups in so many universities. They are working seriously in very innovative solutions that are more sustainable for helping the economic sectors, for helping the society, for helping the government to be more sustainable, to be more eco-friendly, to save or to minimize their carbon footprint, which is very important also to attract investment, green investment, or that's called green investment, because there are a lot of billions actually allocated for such green projects. So our startups in this direction could actually attract more green investment to the country, which is something I think is very important. And to have this kind of mindset or a mental image about Egypt for supporting our climate and fighting the climate change and adhering with the UN policies when it comes to the climate change and the climate challenges. This is actually another pillar for attracting more investment to the country, and of course to have role models and expose such technology, exports the product and service produced or developed by our startups to the global and regional market. This is a very important field actually, and nobody can now I would say can risk harming the environment anymore, especially now most of the producers, the manufacturers, having so many incentives to have more greener way of doing business, more greener production facilities, more green products. This will equal actually more profit and of course more prosperity for their business, and this will be reflected on having more job opportunities. That's why having green jobs is becoming one of the mandate of many governments, including the government of Egypt, and open venues for more green jobs, especially for low and middle skilled labor in domains like urban agriculture, for example. And this is very profitable business, and of course this will save the environment and open venues for having a decent sustainable income for individuals, as well as solving a lot of issues related to food security, the community, for local communities. So it's a very dynamic sector again, and of course again and again technology will be at the heart of such green transformation of any industrial sector or any societal and community actually. So becoming green is not becoming actually is not an option anymore, and it's very important to have this in mind, have in the mind of the government, in the mind of the business people, in the mind of the policymakers and the business leaders.
Yes, Dr. Mohamed Azzam, the technology and development expert and the member of the International Association for the Management of Technology. Thank you very much for being with us tonight on the Daily Debate.
Always pleasure and honor. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is all mine. And this brings us to the end of the Daily Debate for tonight. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.